the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is August 21st, 2018. And now, the news at noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a Colorado judge has denied a request by a defense attorney for a man accused of killing his pregnant wife and two daughters to require a coroner to collect DNA from the necks of the young girls. The judge said in an order Friday he would not tell the medical examiner's office involved in the case how to do its job. KMGH-TV and the Daily Camera newspaper in Boulder reported. Autopsies were completed Friday on Shannon Watts, age 34, and her daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste. The cause of their deaths has not been made public. The motion seeking the DNA samples from the girls' necks suggested that they may have been strangled. Police arrested Chris Watts, age 33, late Wednesday on suspicion of killing his wife and children. Their bodies were found on Thursday on property owned by Anadarko Petroleum, one of Colorado's largest oil and gas drillers, where Watts worked as an operator. Court documents filed by defense lawyer James Merson said the girls had been submerged in crude oil for 4 days. Weld County prosecutors said Watts was jailed in protective custody and that charges were expected to be filed on Monday.
Reported in the Durango Herald, file photo. As election season nears and the Denver Broncos prepare for the regular season, residents in southwest Colorado will be subjected to another year of television from the land of enchantment, featuring Albuquerque crime, New Mexico political campaigns, and perhaps a Dallas Cowboys game instead of the home team in orange and blue. Such is life as an orphan county, a term used to describe counties that receive television programming from a neighboring state. Montezuma and La Plata counties are in Colorado, but receive rebroadcasting from New Mexico. La Plata County Commissioners hope to change its orphan status by filing a petition to the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, in October 2016 that would allow satellite providers, including DirecTV and Dish Network, to partner with local television companies in Denver to broadcast in La Plata County. The FCC approved the petition in March of 2017, but several Albuquerque television stations petitioned in opposition of the decision in an effort to block Denver stations from reaching La Plata County. They said 4 statutory requirements disqualify La Plata County from a market change, including that the county has not historically carried Denver stations, Denver lacks geographic proximity, Denver stations lack, quote, any meaningful audience in the county, and the county receives, quote, ample technical coverage and local programming from Albuquerque stations. We're still waiting for some determination by the FCC on the objection that had been filed by the Albuquerque television stations, said La Plata County Manager Joanne Spina. Michelle Donaldson, Vice President and General Manager of KOB-TV, one of the Albuquerque stations that filed the joint response to the FCC's decision, doesn't believe the Denver stations have an argument to broadcast to La Plata County. Quote, from where I sit, it's incredibly unfair to have dedicated ourselves in delivery of service and coverage only to have that cut off. For what reason? Donaldson said. What is the compelling argument? The one argument that I haven't heard is that somebody else is doing a better job providing service to that region. That's what this business is supposed to be about. Well, Donaldson believes the Albuquerque station's history of coverage in the area has benefited residents in Montezuma and La Plata counties. The station employs a full-time reporter that lives in Farmington to provide adequate local news coverage to the southwest corner of Colorado, she said. The station has also spent a lot of money ensuring it has the technology to broadcast to the 2 counties. KOB-TV, an NBC affiliate, does not carry Denver Broncos games. The station broadcasts NBC's Sunday Night Football game. There's not a whole lot La Plata County can do. Though the petition was approved by the FCC and still stands, the decision does not apply to the contractual obligations of the Denver broadcasters, said Justin Sasso, president of the Colorado Broadcasters Association. The Denver station's contracts stipulate that they must use Nielsen-designated markets, which the FCC uses to determine its markets. Denver broadcasters would therefore be violating terms of their network and syndication agreements by providing programming to counties outside of their allocated Nielsen designations, such as La Plata and Montezuma counties, Sasso said. 2 major issues that concern the residents is 1, they do not want to watch New Mexico political advertisements, and 2, they don't want to miss Denver Bronco games.
Reported by the Durango Herald, the World Health Organization says the number of measles cases in Europe jumped sharply during the first 6 months of 2018, and at least 37 people have died. The UN agency's European office said Monday More than 41,000 measles cases were reported in the region during the first half of the year, more than in all 12-month periods so far this decade. The previous highest annual total was 23,927 cases in 2017. A year earlier, only 5,273 cases were reported. The agency said half, some 23,000 cases this year, occurred in Ukraine, where an insurgency backed by Russia has been fighting the government for 4 years in the east in a conflict that has killed over 10,000 people. France, Georgia, Greece, Italy, Russia, and Serbia also had more than 1,000 measles infections each so far this year. Measles, among the world's most contagious diseases, is a virus that's spread in the air through coughing or sneezing. It can be prevented with a vaccine that's been in use since the 1960s, but health officials say vaccination rates of at least 95% are needed to prevent epidemics.
If you don't know what a dark sky designation is, then you might want to look it up for yourself. There's a current effort by some to designate the Canyons of the Ancients Monument an international dark sky sanctuary. There are plenty of good reasons why this would be a positive change of designation, but there also may be some concerns on the implications beyond the monument that might impact both personal and business interests. Again, research this for yourself. Here's an article written in the journal File Photos. The public is invited to 2 astronomy events at the Canyons of the Ancients Visitors Center and Museum at 27501 Colorado Highway 184, which they call Dolores. On September 1st, astronaut Rick Heeb will present, quote, Space Flight, the Ultimate Camping Trip at 7 p.m. Here are details of Heeb's 3 missions on the space shuttle, including a spacewalk where he captured a satellite and held it with one hand. Heeb has logged more than 750 hours in space, including 17 hours of spacewalks. His most well-known flight was the maiden voyage of the space shuttle Endeavour, which was built to replace the lost, aka destroyed, Challenger. The 1992 Endeavour flight was a satellite rescue mission culminating in the first and only 3-person spacewalk, during which Heeb and his colleagues captured a 9,000-pound satellite in their spacesuit-gloved hands. They then attached the satellite to a booster rocket and released it, sending it on its way to the originally intended orbit. On September 8th at 8:30 p.m., Parker Ranger Jennifer Frost will host Night with the Ancients, a presentation that connects different cultural stories with astronomy. Learning about the night sky through the Native American perspective is the goal. The ancestral Puebloans were monitoring the skies, so there are a lot of cultural stories beyond just the Greek and Roman ones, Frost said. Heeb's and Frost's events will conclude with stargazing using telescopes, if weather and conditions allow. Frost said smoke from the Plateau fire has hindered recent stargazing efforts. The events also will highlight the monument's ongoing efforts to become designated as an international dark sky sanctuary. 8 specialized light meters will be positioned throughout the monument to record light pollution levels. To assist in the project, a special challenge goes out to photographers, Frost said. Photographic evidence of zodiacal and Gegenschein light from within the monument will help justify the effort to gain dark sky sanctuary, Frost said. The astronomical phenomena occur just below the horizon as the sun sets, creating a pyramid of light reflecting from the Earth's elliptical dust plane, they say. A side note, this is also sometimes referred to as seeing the green flash of light at sunset, which there are many other theories about what that is and means across cultures as well. They are most visible for a few weeks in spring and fall in areas with minimal light pollution. For more information on astronomy events and the monument's International Dark Sky Sanctuary efforts, contact Frost at 970-882-5635.
According to the Cortez Journal, with a photo from the AP, smoke from wildfires clogged the sky across the U.S. West, blotting out mountains and city skylines from Oregon to Colorado, delaying flights and forcing authorities to tell even healthy adults in the Seattle area to stay indoors. As large cities dealt with unhealthy air pollution for a second summer in a row, experts warned that it could become more common as the American West faces larger and more destructive wildfires because of heat and drought blamed on climate change. Officials also must prioritize resources during the longer firefighting season, so some blazes may be allowed to burn in unpopulated areas. Seattle's Space Needle was swathed in haze and it was impossible to see nearby mountains. Portland, Oregon residents who were up early saw a blood-red sun shrouded in smoke and huffed their way through another day of polluted air. Portland Public Schools suspended all outdoor sports practices. Thick smoke in Denver blocked the view of some of Colorado's famous mountains and prompted an air quality health advisory for the northeastern quarter of the state. The smoky pollution, even in Colorado, came from wildfires in British Columbia and the Northwest's Cascade Mountains, clouding a season that many spend outdoors. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Let's first look at the national weather map. The west coast remains dry and hot, but that low pressure mix, as expected, is pushing down from the Pacific Northwest, bringing rain and thunderstorms to the Intermountain West. The stretch of land from the Dakotas down through to Texas mostly catches a break for the day, while to the east, the low pressure continues to stagnate with more rains, severe rains, thunderstorms, and potential flooding from the tip of Louisiana up to the Great Lakes. More general clouds and scattered rain potential remains over the south, southeast, and up to the mid-Atlantic, with another dry day for New England. Regionally, showers and thunderstorms will be common across the entire forecast area today as monsoonal moisture has returned. Some of the rains will be heavy. A flash flood watch has been issued for the burn scars across the area, as low amounts of rainfall can create flash flooding, mudslides, and debris flows. Rainfall will continue overnight. Showers and storms will continue into Wednesday, bringing more precipitation to the area. Drying conditions will kick in Thursday and Friday before another round of showers and storms moves in for the weekend. So our DCTV 5-day specific outlook is showing a lower high temperature trend for the week, which is a great change off of the hot summer we've been having. So today, scattered showers and thunderstorms mainly afternoon, increasing clouds with a high near just 80 degrees. South-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. The chance of precipitation is 50%, which sets us up for a good chance to see some of that rain in our area. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, with a low around 56. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. The chance of precipitation remains at 50. Then Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 78. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. The chance of precipitation is 40%. And Wednesday night, again, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 57. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then Thursday, it drops to a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before noon, then partly sunny with a high near 80. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west in the afternoon. Thursday night, partly cloudy with a low around 57. And Friday, it should clear up and be sunny with a high near 82. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 58. And then Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 83. Saturday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 57. Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 82. And Sunday night right now, partly cloudy with a low around 57. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Durango Herald, areas around the 416 fire burn scar are starting to open up. The U.S. Forest Service announced Monday that the closure area for the 416 fire will shrink to allow public access effective Friday. The burned areas of the fire are still closed to public entry. Hazards are abundant within the fire perimeter. Areas are still burning. Dead and burned trees are falling. Trails are washing out, and debris flows are continuing, the Forest Service said in a prepared statement. Junction Creek, Golding, and Elbert Creek roads are now open, as are many segments of trails, the Forest Service said. The main stem of the Hermosa Creek Trail, Hermosa Road, and Campground are still closed, and so are many of the trails that are accessed by these roads, said the agency said. The Upper Dutch Creek and Castle Rock trails are now open, but Clear Creek Trail and Jones Creek Trail remain closed.
From the Journal, courtesy photo. Hiring for spring jobs on the San Juan National Forest and across the Rocky Mountain region will begin September 14th, according to a press release from the forest on Monday. More than 60 temporary jobs are available next summer on the San Juan National Forest, and more than 900 are available across national forests and grasslands in Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wyoming, the press release from Public Affairs Officer Gretchen Fitzgerald said. Temporary jobs of up to 6 months are available in a variety of occupations, such as fire, trails, forestry, engineering, wildlife, hydrology, and recreation. The San Juan National Forest plans to hire more than 25 fire jobs and over 35 non-fire jobs in trails, timber, reforestation, hydrology, engineering, range, and fish and wildlife. Job opportunities are searchable online at fs.usda.gov or at fsoutreach.gdcii.com. Applicants must apply to the specific vacancy announcement that will be posted on usajobs.gov and should apply for all the positions and duty locations where they would accept an offer. Applicants are encouraged to update their profiles and resumes within USA Jobs every 60 days to remain active. Candidates will be selected in January for work beginning in March through May, and applicants should be available via phone or email during the selection time.
According to the Durango Herald, a Kansas City area school district that garnered national attention when a transgender student was crowned homecoming queen in 2015 has installed gender-neutral restrooms at 2 new elementary schools and in some existing locations. The individual bathroom stalls at Rising Hill Elementary and Northview Elementary in the North Kansas City School District. 2 new elementary schools are enclosed with floor-to-ceiling walls and lockable doors, the Kansas City Star reported. The restrooms still have an open alcove area with a common trough sink. Both male and female symbols adorn the same sign on the wall outside the bathrooms. The elementary schools opened Wednesday. The district also used a gender-neutral design in renovated bathrooms at 2 6th-grade centers and at North Kansas City High School. The district first tried the design at its Northland Innovation Center for Gifted Students in 2016, a year after one of the district's 4 high schools, Oak Park High, crowned a transgender student as homecoming queen. Daniels said the bathroom design was suggested by a district team comprised of parents and students.
From the Durango Herald, photo Cliff Owen, AP file. The head of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is beating the drum for free trade and bearing an urgent warning for Coloradans. In an informal interview with the Gazette while on vacation in Colorado Springs, Tom Donahue brandished a chamber report that says $277 million in Colorado exports and 733,000 jobs are threatened by the emerging trade war with China, Canada, European Union, and Mexico. Quote, a trade war, Donahue worries, could take the starch out of the economy. The stand is a departure for the chamber, which is traditionally a supporter of Republican presidents and is very much aligned with the Trump administration on deregulation, tax cuts, and energy issues. But more is lost in a trade war than just trade, Donahue warned. Free trade also, quote, builds relationships and alliances, he said. We need close trading nations as customers, as partners, building coalitions for our protection and well-being. Trade is significant to economic growth, investment, but it's also significant to geopolitics, and it's a fight against transnational crime. Because President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on aluminum and steel coming from Europe, Canada, and Mexico, those countries have imposed retaliatory tariffs on dozens of American products. New U.S. tariffs on Chinese products have resulted in $50 billion worth of tariffs on American-made products. Though the impact of retaliatory tariffs on Colorado is nowhere near that of states with large ports or large manufacturing industries, there is still, quote, very significant damage, according to a chamber report released in July. Colorado exports roughly $1 billion in Colorado products to Mexico each year and $1.36 billion to Canada, chamber figures show. The biggest hit from tariffs to Colorado is trade to Mexico, with an expected loss of $188 million a year, according to the chamber's report. Most vulnerable to retaliatory tariffs are pork and cheese products. More than $50 million in Colorado exports to Canada are also targeted for retaliation, including exports of bread, pastries, cakes, aluminum cans, and casks. Exports to China in the crosshairs total just $30 million, including aluminum passenger vehicles and animal parts. Exports to the EU are the least impacted, totaling $8.2 million, with the biggest impact on iron, steel, motorcycles, and whiskey. Donahue's biggest worry for Colorado and the country is that NAFTA could come apart. NAFTA, which Donahue helped work on as head of the American Trucking Association, is the trilateral pact that lowered trade barriers among the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 1/3 of Colorado's exports go to NAFTA countries. Donahue now does believe it was time to get tough with China because most of the joint ventures American businesses do with China require them to cough up their technology, and China is notorious for stealing intellectual property.
Reported by the Durango Herald that green pond scum on the backyard pool may be annoying now, but it could someday fuel a jet plane to whisk you away on vacation. And those lawn clippings, they could be used to convert algae into a mass-produced, economical biofuel to be used in cars, trucks, and airplanes. Molecular biologist Amanda Berry and a team at Los Alamos National Laboratories Bioenergy and Biome Sciences Group are trying to determine whether one particular strain of algae can be produced at low cost and in short periods of time so that it could economically compete with fossil fuels. Algae hold great potential as a source of renewable fuel due to their ability to produce refinery-compatible diesel and jet fuel precursors. Berry said in an interview last week at the New Mexico Consortium's lab in Los Alamos. We are really trying to examine the unique traits of a particular algae that have the potential to be grown for algae biofuels to see if we can exploit any of these traits to improve growth or improve oil production from algae. The consortium is a nonprofit corporation formed by 3 New Mexico universities to facilitate research and increase cooperation between academia, in industry, and Los Alamos National Laboratory. Algae, of which there are many types, already are produced in large quantities in big outdoor ponds, but doing it faster and more cheaply is the trick. And though biofuels such as ethanol made from corn products have been produced for a long time, algae could be an improvement, in part because a wide range of oil products can be extracted from algae.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings. An update on the proposed Paths to Mesa Verde Trail between Mancos and Cortez will be given on August 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. at Mancos Town Hall, 117 North Main Street. The 17-mile multi-use trail will connect both towns with stops at Mesa Verde National Park, Phil's World Trail System, Southwest Colorado Community College, and the Montezuma County Fairgrounds. The report will include most feasible routes, funding, plans, and next steps. August 24th and 25th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day at the Dolores Community Center. It's the 2018 Dolores Mountain Quilters Quilt Show. Raffle tickets are going fast, so there will be some available at the show. For more details, go to doloresmountainquilters.org or call them at 970-560-4426. August 25th at 8 a.m. in Cajon. This is the final match of the DRR Series, Dolores River Rifle Series. They say, please arrive at the location of the last match north of the wheat field no later than 0730. Match will promptly start at 0800. After the first stage, we'll move to the wheat field to shoot the remaining stages. We will have 2 teams shooting at the same time to get the match done as soon as possible. The match will include most of the original stages, plus maybe a few new ones. I don't have target ranges set yet, but we'll give them out the day of the match. Plan on a minimum of 86 rounds. If you need more info, comment on their Facebook event page or email them at doloresriverrifles@gmail.com. And all of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
And be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of your area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.